is.
No. Well, not particularly. We just want to talk about the heroes and like the actual meta itself.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna act.
Which I mean, you really you can talk about if you want. Because I imagine your coach made a much easier way of explaining it.
Not really. It's just like everything is a resource. It's like it's literally the same thing basically. It's like,
Okay.
hey, everything is a resource.
Okay, so like okay,
Oh, hold on.
How do I
need
explain
to
this in a
start
good way?
recording.
yeah.
Back.
Okay, so why do you guys think that these heroes are the meta? I'll start with that. I'll start with what you guys think. Anyone, by the way, no matter which team you're on. Or if you're on a team at all.
I can probably go with May because I actually know stuff about May, and it's because her utilities are in a really strong place right now. She has a lot of CC and just generally being able to deny enemies all in her one kit.
Okay, but why is her CC so good?
Because it's able to basically stop targets from doing things. She can freeze them and they're unable to act for a few seconds, and that can be just enough time to buy time for your teammates to take them out.
Is there a specific target that she stops from doing things?
Reinhardt.
Yes. Okay, so Reinhardt right now is the best main tank, right? Orisa sucks ass, right? Winston kind of sucks ass. Winston will always suck ass until they remove May multi-freeze, right? And Ball is just Ball. Ball will never be good. Ball will never be really that bad. Ball will just be Ball.
Ball's balling
So-
out.
Ball.
Ball is balling, dude. He's a baller. So Ryan is the best main tank, which automatically buffs May because May is really good at countering Ryan, right? But the counter to May right now, the only thing that counters May is another May.
Yeah.
So you end up with May Ryan duels on both sides, right? Just automatically by default on this patch.
Yeah.
Right? So why are we playing why well this is an easy one because I've already talked about it to everyone. Why are we playing a diva?
Because she can eat freeze. Or eat May's
No,
ult.
it's because like she has 3 seconds booster, so like she can be everywhere at once if you use it correctly. And her
Okay,
DM like
both
recharge
of
rate
those
is
are
really
good.
fucking high.
Okay, so both of those are reasons, but not the main reason.
Because she can
She can peel for everyone.
Defense matrix.
She's more efficient at using her resources than like a signal bot, especially
And,
like in
Zarya
regards to like
bubbles
eating
are
Blizzard.
kinda also like Zarya bubbles are kinda useless.
Yes, that's the biggest reason. All of those are all reasons, but the biggest reason is because Zarya bubbles are not good, right? No, basically always, right? You run a Zarya and a Rhine, right? Their synergy is just way too good compared to any other tanks with Rhine. Except for maybe Orisa. Orisa's like kind of on par, but neither of those tanks are even close to as good at peeling for Rhine against a May as Diva is, right? So you're running like there's a May on both sides. Ryan's gonna get walled regardless, right? Zarya bubble right now just simply is not good enough to stop May right now. You get a reset on the freeze and 200 damage of mitigation, and that's it, right? And you're done for 10 seconds or for 8.
Hey, Ruby, I can't join your stream. There's too many people in it.
What the heck?
What? Can somebody stream my
full.
stream?
Yeah, I'm already. I'm recording this still.
Someone stream on Twitch, and then Brutal can go to the stream.
Well, I'm recording for Skippy, so.
I'm recording
Yeah,
as well.
someone's streaming this stream.
Kong, are you streaming my stream? Is that what's happening?
Oh my god, this is awful. Oh,
Okay,
what am I looking at?
Can someone watch? Can someone trade places with Brutal so Brutal can record for Skippy?
Trying to stream the stream.
Watch now.
It looks terrible.
It's fine. You don't need to. Nobody needs to be watching right now. It's fine.
Okay.
So
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay. We're not even doing anything right now. So what was I saying?
May.
Okay, yeah. So May Mei is simply too good at freezing Rhine, and Zarya's bubbles are simply just not good enough. And neither is Orisa. Orisa's just not good enough at peeling from Mei against Rhine, right? That's why you run the D.Va. On top of that, boosters are awesome. Eating Mei ult's pretty pog.
Free high ground is also pretty pog.
Free high ground's pretty pog. Although you don't
Being
really need
able
it
to
instead
like,
of-
yeah, free getting anybody like if McCree runs out of position, being able to kill him
Yeah.
pretty easily. That's real nice. Or especially
Editing the map.
Anna's.
Adding the map to your will.
So, even though you're running a D.Va, Loco, you don't need to play D.Va like Dive. You shouldn't. You should play D.Va like you play a Zarya, right behind your Rhine, following your Mei and your Reinhardt, right? You play like a Zarya. Just because you're on a D.Va doesn't mean you play differently than you would as a normal off tank in this comp, right?
Okay.
Why is the Kree? What's different? Why are we running Kree instead of Reaper like we did before in last
Or
meta?
or Hanzo.
Or Hanzo? Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hans.
Are we okay? When you say before, what do you mean?
The
Before?
the previous
Hanzo.
the previous
previous
meta
meta.
was a Hanzo meta instead of McCree.
Right.
And
But
Reaper.
Hanzo's
sometimes.
fire rate. Well, Hanzo's
Hanzo
rate
got
of the
nerfed.
arrow fire. Arrow. The speed of the arrow got decreased.
I mean, that's not a huge difference, but
No, it made it better for actual projectile players too.
it actually made it better for me, and I'm a hit scan player.
Hmm.
I can't.
I know it's like
Yeah, back to
no
the question:
change.
why is McCree meta?
I'm guessing because of his high noon.
Because like he's a better Hanzo at this point.
Or maybe stun.
Better shield break.
The stun, he can go both at close range and he can still do a fire range too.
Yes, it's mainly it's the stun. So running a Hanzo right now, Noon is slightly better than Dragon. Right? Dragon in this comp, when you have a Lucio and you have nothing, you have no like hard CC, Dragon doesn't do anything. There's like no way you're gonna get any value out of Dragon. So Noon even getting one pick off of Noon on just a straggler, right? Just somebody 1 HP in the back, you just one pick, that's better than Dragon already.
Hmm.
And also the flashbang is kind of crazy. So because you're not running a Zarya, you can't. It's very difficult to DM the flashbang. So once you hit a flashbang onto Rhine, the Mei freeze is like guaranteed from there because he can't back up as fast as the Mei can get on him, and the Mei starts with the Rhine half frozen by the time he puts the shield back up. So that basically it's like a free freeze onto Rhine when you flashbang, assuming he doesn't die instantly from a right click, like from McCree.
Okay.
So I think Anna and Lucio are pretty self-explanatory.
hmm
From your DPS and tank comps, your supports are pretty obvious, right? Lucio, you're playing Lucio because you're running around in a Mei, right? You speed onto whoever you wall. Ryan needs a Lucio to just move at all, period, or else he gets literally rolled by everything. If Lucio was garbage, you'd probably play Dive, because you literally couldn't move. You couldn't move as a death ball. You just get rolled. And Nano McCree is pretty good, and so is Nano Ryan.
Yep.
Okay. So what is this comp's goal in general? Assuming it's a mirror match, like we always see, right? It's always a mirror match. What's the comp's goal at the beginning of the team fight?
Wall the Rhine.
To wall the Rhine, right?
Mhm.
That's fairly obvious, right? Why are you okay? If their team walls the Rhine first, then what happens? It's fairly obvious that you wall the Rhine, that you want to wall the Rhine, right? If their team does it first, what happens? What do you do?
Break wall.
If your Mei's in front of the wall with the Rhine, you can counter wall so they can't follow up on it.
Yes.
Or your D.Va
Which is
can-
what mainly Sharp isn't doing. His walls onto the Rhine are okay for now. Like they're okay. But other than he's not doing the other part of Mei, which is the defensive walls when he doesn't get the first wall. Right? That's why like Skippy says that like Sharp isn't pulling his weight right now. because he's not doing the other half of May. So let's watch, and we'll see what the second May does when they engage. Okay. So let's slow it down to 0.5 here. So let's see who gets the first wall. Both teams right now are looking for a wall. You see both Mays? You see both Mays here? All they're doing is staring at the other Rhine. That's all they're doing right now, is just looking for the other Rhine.
So Fusion gets the first one.
Right? Who are you jumping around the corner, standing right beside his Reinhardt? Ivy jumping onto here, so like onto this little ledge, so he can look past and over top of this wall too, so he can get it past it instead of just in front of it. They're both just looking for a wall on the Reinhardt. They're playing safe until they do, right? They're doing nothing here other than poking each other until they hit a wall. Nothing. They're doing nothing. They're just standing here. Right? None of them are moving. They're not even going to point. They're doing nothing. They're just waiting for a wall. All right?
Can I get?
Ivy puts up a wall. It's go time.
I have a question.
There's the defensive wall right there. What'd you say, Luca?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is Hop all the way over there?
Okay. Okay, so Hop is over here to pressure right side angle so that McCree can't peek around the side.
So control of the angles.
Yes, he's what he's doing is he's controlling this space. Anything, so nobody can move past here without getting their stuff eaten, right? Nobody can push onto this side and flank his team, because if McCree peeks over this way, it's bad news. Because right now Hoppa can use boosters to get back to his team, right? But if he was here and McCree peeked, he would use boosters to get to the Cree instead of getting back to his team. So he's starting where the Cree would flank, and then he can boost back to his team when they engage, right? So it's a safety play. So what he's doing is he's preventing a McCree flank by being where the McCree would flank, stopping it from even happening in the first place. So it looks like he's out of position, right? Because he's away from his team, but he's completely negating any kind of off angle from their team. He's forcing their entire team to play main.
Where is the McCree anyway?
In here.
Oh.
So basically, he has to take a different
angle.
flank.
Okay.
He has to take a different flank.
And that flank
But
is not as good as the other one.
That is not a good flank, yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
he has no space to back up. If anyone pushes him, he has the mega, and that's it.
Yeah,
He's in a
which
tiny
is why
room.
which is why you'll see him. He probably won't move from his team's doorway. Like he probably
He
won't
even
move
goes
from
back
where
too.
he
He
is.
doesn't even want to do it. Carpe doesn't
Yeah.
even want to push that. Okay, so you see the defensive wall here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ivy hits the first wall onto his team. Right? That's the go button for Fusion. Who Are You hits the defensive wall. Right? Now they push on to Sado. Even though they lost the first wall, which is usually not good, the second wall was better because you can't go over it, you have to go around. Right? This second wall was a better wall even though it was done second. So they have about a second or so of free damage onto Sado before they back up. So now if you look at health bars, Excelsior now has a huge advantage over Fusion because of the health that they've taken, right? It'll take 2 seconds to get Sado back up to full HP, and same with Poco, right? So now they have an advantage where they can use their health pools to like push to push onto them and get as much damage as they can. You're right. Look at Fusion have to back up now. They have to give the space in here. Now the Carpe is on left side, and Poco and Carpe are now separated. right? So that wall put enough damage onto Fusion so that they had to back up and leave Carpe separated. So Poke had to use his boosters to get to him. Right? That wall separated Carpe and Poco from his team. Okay. So see how they're in a much worse position now because of that?
Yeah.
The Fusion their whole team had to rotate to Carpe to make sure he didn't get like dove on by their team. He didn't get pushed, and now Fusion is in a much worse spot. But see how tightly everyone is playing. Even Excelsior, they're still playing super tight, right? Sabiobi's on a flank, but other than that, they're still playing super tight. And look at how close Fusion is to each other. Even on an off angle. Even on an off angle, they're still close.
Even Sabiobli, who's all the way over there, is still well within range of his diva.
Yep. That he's within range of his diva, and he can roll all the way back to this corner and be well within range of everybody.
Mm.
But see how close everyone is playing together?
Yeah.
So now that they've gotten back together, they can... Wow. What just happened to Jonak?
Polyfed?
Jonak, hello?
Hello?
He got sniped.
Oh, Carpe. Carpe hit the headshot.
Carpe hit the headshot, yeah. So Carpe plays the off angle and gets Jonak from the side with a headshot. But that, to be fair, Jonak was kind of out of position. He should have been playing behind this.
I think he was actually
This
moving
cover.
towards that, and Carpe just caught him. Yeah. Oh no, he moved
No,
back.
he was backing up. He was sort of AD strafing there.
Alright, Jonak throwing confirmed.
Yeah, Joe and I kind of threw this game.
Okay, so do you see this immediate disengage though? See how fast they're moving up? But I mean, yeah, they just fall apart at this. Really, they should disengage as much as they can. Yeah. I think Mano gets out here. Yeah, Mano gets out. Yeah, so they're just disengaging here. That's all they're doing. So the moment they see Jonak die, they immediately just run back. They know they have a little bit of time, and if they play close to their own choke, Jonak can get back and heal them. So they have their health pools to play with in order to get back to their in order to get back to their spawn. So that's why they're not instantly backing up. They're trying to get as much charge as they can with the health pools they have, which Mano cuts it real close.
Ooh, they're on an aid to save them.
Time to raise my APM. I'm gonna have to shut you down.
Okay, let's see them go for the Maywall again, okay?
Routing power to forward shield. No.
Alright, so there's the Maywall from Ivy, right? Walling off Sabiobi and Jonak. They're pushing
he almost
on to
actually
Mana.
got the dream wall. If he didn't
that
get
would have been a
Rory
dream
and
wall
Anima.
if they were behind it. Yeah, if Animo and who are
That's
you?
like so, look at that. They're standing on air.
But even so, that's still a great wall.
Oh yeah, that's still like fight winning.
Yeah. So that's about as good as you can get with a defensive wall too. So you're forcing them to take, like, you're forcing Poco to use boosters, and you're forcing Astro to use amp in order to get around the corner to help his team. Right, so like this defensive wall doesn't like save your Rhine. It forces the enemy team to expend cooldowns to do what they wanted to do in the first place. It forces cooldowns from them.
Yeah.
Hi, Kusa.
Hey, sorry about that.
From.
Do you see that eat though? Do you see that eat on the nade? The moment the wall drops down?
I can't actually watch the VOD review, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's way too many people watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Hold up. I have plans.
This is being recorded, by the way, so if you do miss it, you can
Yeah.
watch it later.
Okay.
What if I do this?
Wait, are you streaming your OBS? Are you a legend?
No,
I
he's
have
not
to see
legend.
that.
Oh no, I don't know what's happening.
Mute OBS.
Mute
Mute OBS.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And then tab back in. And then tab back into Overwatch.
No, it's not fine. Turn off your OBS sound because I just hear an echo.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I can't be on your stream if I'm streaming.
Oof.
So if I go back to your stream, it stops.
Oh,
my
yeah.
stream.
Yeah, I sort of
Unfortunate.
figured you were trying to stream or be streaming.
So do I try to stream to Twitch, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know.
I hate streaming to Twitch. It has like a 20-second delay.
Yeah.
can't change it.
I can stream to Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll just be some people delayed.
I mean, you can take off delay, can't you?
I have no idea how. It's never worked. I can't find any actual settings I want to use on OBS or on Streamlabs, so
Okay.
none of the settings I want to find are there.
It's gonna be in Lounge General. And then just mute the Twitch stream. Actually, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a delay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me end and see if I can put the delay to a minimum.
Technical difficulties.
All right. Settings.
But like, if you guys want to ask questions, that would make it easier.
Yeah, please ask questions.
Please ask questions.
I'll think of the questions as we go along.
Like what is why is Alarm standing here? You know, like why is he not in LOS of his Rhine?
Oh.
That's because he's dumb. Actually, I don't know.
What is he shooting at?
I don't know.
Is there a widow there?
There's no.
Because he's a smart human. He might be pre-firing the corner to hit a diva, but that's probably what he's doing. Actually, he's just pre-firing the corner just in case the diva's peeking, so he gets free all charge.
Oh.
But I mean, he has ult, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't actually know what he's doing.
So I guess.
Okay.
What
It should be going up then.
I already see.
I like that muzzle fire. That
Ruby.
was cool.
It is very nice.
I heard a question.
So how do you know, like on McCree, when to take like an off angle and when not to? And like, how do you know what's a good off angle and what's not?
Okay, so let's go back to the first fight for that. Because this fight kind of gets wrapped up real fast because of a good wall.
Can everybody see my stream then?
I think it was
I'm watching
mainly
Ruby.
Kusa needs to use it.
I think it's only Kusa.
Kusa?
What?
Hang
Are
on,
you
I'm gonna
using
turn down
Brutal's
my
stream?
for a second.
I don't really know how to join Rudol's stream.
I
I
can
found
just-
it.
just-
Switch.
I found it.
Success.
Okay, so not off angles are not just about how far you are away from your team. Off angles are the value it gives you, like compared to the distance you are away from your team. So a good off angle, right? Like this one that Carpe took to get the Jonak pick was a perfect off angle, an absolute perfect off angle, right? So let's see him take it right here. All right, this is a perfect off angle, right? The main angle his team is taking is right here, right? In this room, facing these two doors. That's the main angle that his team is facing. Right?
Yeah.
Carpe is peeking wide on the left side He's very close to his team, but he's getting vision on the enemy supports, right? He can receive support from his team, and he has a good line of sight to the enemy team support without any fear of danger from the enemy team's DPS, right? The Mei is nowhere close, right? Sabiobi's right here behind a wall, right? No fear from the enemy DPS, and he's doing it with the Lucio, so if he needs to back up, he can, right? It's a perfect off angle because
You can
because
also
of the
see
support he's giving.
Sabiobi's off angle shooting through the middle door when his
Yeah.
majority of team is focused on the left hand door.
Yeah, these are both good. These are both good angles because Sabiobi and Carpe can both get support. These are both amazing players, though. So
Yeah, basically, the best way to think of, especially your McCree off angles, if you think, can my diva boost to me? If the answer is yes, you're probably okay. If the answer is no, well, then you're having a bad time.
Yeah, don't be there.
Yeah,
Basically
if the
always.
answer is no, my diva cannot get to me with boosters, with just boost, not even pressing, like not even walking, just boosters. You're too far away.
Okay.
Basically,
Like
always
even
consider the
even this is a semi-risky off angle because if he gets dinked right by Carpe, both of his supports are actually kind of a little bit far away, right? Like Animo can't quite speed him here. He would have to amp to get to him, right?
Yeah.
So this is a riskier off angle, definitely, than Carpe's. But Carpe's, I would say, is better because of the angle it gives him on the supports.
Yeah, Carpe also.
Why he wins the fight.
Yeah, not only does he have the Lucio, he's also within roll distance of a corner.
Yep. So if he gets dinked here by Sabiobi, he's fine because he instantly rolls back into the corner.
Yep. And then there's no follow up from the enemy team.
Look at that line of sight Carpe has.
So even though this is technically a flank, right? A flank doesn't mean just a dangerous position. A flank just means a different position than the rest of your team is taking, right? A flank doesn't just mean it literally behind them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be
This is
literally
just as much of a flank as trading places with Sabiobi. Those are both flanks.
So I'm gonna explain that to the people in gold who are always in the back lane.
I don't want to.
I am explaining it to the people in gold who are always in the back lane. That's what I'm doing right now.
Which back line are we referring to?
Which do you think?
So
Well, I'm a gold player that's in the back line.
So basically, when you take off angles, you need to consider the positioning of your team, like behind you and what cover you have.
It's not the value of the off angle itself isn't just the amount of damage you can put on the enemy team. It's the peel you can receive from your own team as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's any position in general. That's not even just flanks. That's positioning in general.
Yeah, so if you're flanking,
good positioning is you get value. How do you figure out if you're in a good position? Is if you can get value from your own abilities, right? Sabiobi clicking down main at an angle his team isn't normally their team from, and within range of his own supports, right? To be able to get support from his team, that's how you know this is a good position, right? You can say the exact same thing for Mono, right? Mono is in a great position because he can get huge damage off of his fire strikes like he's doing right now.
That fire strike.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Warped.
Reality warping.
Look at
dude. Mono's got some powerful fire strikes.
There's a hole in reality.
Soul casting, dude. He's casting a spell. He's a wizard.
I'm calling Jeff.
Yo, he just Hadouken, bro.
Oh no, that's Maze Blaster. Okay, no, we're good.
I thought it was smoke coming off of the rocket.
Yeah, I thought it was too. But like he's in a great position, right? Because he can get huge value off of his fire strikes. He can play this corner and get support from his team, right? He's in a great position because of those reasons. All right, let's look at Hobba
everybody's
now, right?
still huddled up together.
Let's look at Deepa's positioning, right? He's in perfect distance of both of his McCree's flank and his main tank. If either are in trouble, he can immediately go to them and help, right? He's in perfect position in the exact center of his team.
Yeah.
His role is not to deal damage. His role is to be an off tank, to help his team, to enable his team to do the things they need to do. Right? To do the things like flank and get value out of his abilities, or to hold the corner and to control the space so they can't walk out of this room, right? That's he's enabling his team to do those jobs.
Hey Kong, do you have any Ana questions since we've been having trouble keeping you alive?
Don't do that. Don't do what Jonak's doing right now.
Yeah, you see how
okay,
you see how he's
okay,
not
you're
behind
pretty
anything?
much. I understand, but you're pretty much covering Ruby. Ruby's pretty much covering my questions as far as what positioning would be, and this is a great depiction of what Skippy has
Can
been
everyone
telling
get
me
sticky
as
notes right
far
now?
as.
I have.
If you don't have sticky notes and a pen, you're throwing.
That's what I have right now.
I got a
actually.
pen. Does that count?
Yeah, my
Sharp,
thing
do you need
was
sticky notes? I will come bring you sticky notes.
What did you say, Kong?
I've got.
pretty much my question. Okay, so from the last couple of scrims that we've had and just basic observations, my questions are pretty much being covered. Like especially looking at what you have on screen right now.
These sticky notes honestly kind of stuck. This.
But yeah, every single person except for Dave, because I don't know who Dave is. I'm assuming of somebody's here, but he can watch if he wants to.
He's Elle's husband.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, that's D&D, Dave.
Oh, okay.
D&D.
I like how you gave him a role.
Yep.
If you want to watch and follow along, sure, go ahead. I don't care.
I don't think he can because stream's full. I mean,
He'd have to
you
join
can watch Riddle stream though.
Yeah.
So I want every single person to write down what I just said about positioning, right? Positioning is about the value you get from your abilities and and the ability to be helped by your team from where you are. You can paraphrase that in some way, just make sure you get that general idea. It doesn't have to be word for word.
I don't understand why my internet is being
written
dog
this
shit.
How do you technically have that written down?
I don't know why my internet wants to be dog shit. I'm sorry, but I'm back. You're pretty much covering my. You're pretty much answering my questions.
Nothing. Just getting something real quick.
Well, if anyone thinks of anything, it helps anyone. Like even if you think of a question that doesn't apply to your role, it's still ask it because we have everyone's role in here.
Could you?
I understand. Now wait. Oh, I do have a question then. From what I heard from before, especially from the McCree positioning is where they can be as far as to poke damage. There was the topic of soft angles, soft angles and hard angles. Is what Carpe doing what you pretty much consider that soft angle because he can still roll into a corner, because he still has the support from one of his support line, and because of his closeness to the rest of his team.
Yeah, I would call both of them a soft angle. If Sabiobi peaked wide, like really wide, and dueled Carpe out here, that would be a hard angle.
Because he's not in proximity of his other. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He's not within
and
range.
And usually you don't want to go for hard angles.
Okay.
Unless the person you really don't. Of course, these aren't rules to follow literally all the time.
Right.
You have to use the context of the fight that you're in, right? So
Yes.
an example of why Sabiobi might want to pull a hard angle here is if Carpe is further out at this, using this cover, and he's by himself. Then Sabiobi might pull a hard angle and duel him here 1v1.
And then you have to understand that's also risk reward management. Because you're taking obviously both of those players are extremely confident in their skills, but it's a very high risk reward taking a 1v1 especially, because you die, your team basically loses, but you kill them and your team basically wins. So it's a very big risk reward situation.
Okay.
That's of razor thin wires.
And also, I guess if you're doing a soft angle or hard angle, you always gotta question yourself. Can my team give me resources from my position, where Sayobi and Carpias, they can definitely get resources.
Yeah. Yes, you always need to keep your positions of your team in mind at all times. You always want to know where your team is.
Okay.
If you don't know where your team is, your positioning is just going to be random.
Yeah. Also, you also gotta question yourself. If Sayobi were to peek more to the right, and would maybe die, you gotta ask yourself oh, did I die because of my mechanics or of my decision making, or I guess positioning?
Yeah.
All right, well, you got that from Ruby, so I'm glad you
Yeah, I
remember
mean, I've
that.
said that like 100 times.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you can.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
for
can
all
do
the
that.
new people, the cat. The cat, could you repeat that sentiment for all the new people?
So it's like 3 things. So the first one is, can my team give me resources from my positioning? The second one is, will my kit get the most value from where I want to go and where I am? And then the third one is, did I die because of my mechanics or because of my decision making or positioning?
I had
Yeah.
all 3 of those sticky notes attached to my computer.
Well, yeah, because you've been here before.
Damn. Way to call him out.
Oh no, he's used to be called out, dude. The fact that he's been here before and he's still here.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I don't know.
He doesn't get
You
away
must
that
have
easy,
done.
bro.
You
He
must
doesn't
have
get away
done
that easy.
something right
Reading
just to
the
be
sticky
here,
notes
right?
every
To
time you
continuously
play.
be here. You must have done
Yeah,
something
I'm
right to
like-
continuously be
Yeah.
here.
I want to
Yeah, I
bring.
don't know what I'm
okay.
doing right,
It's
but
okay in scrims to die because of mechanics. It's not okay to die because of positioning or decision making. Mechanics, you can work on that. You can't just change it for the next fight, right? That's something you need to continuously work on and will get better, assuming you aren't Pepega, right? And switch your sense every 3rd day.
Damn. Okay.
Well, assuming you aren't literally handicapping yourself and like switching your sense every 3rd day and playing with different senses on different heroes and playing on a different setup and switching your chair around so you're sitting in a different position every time you play, right?
Imagine sitting still in a seat.
I mean, I'm telling you, that's handicapping yourself.
Yeah, I know. I just fidget too much.
But yeah, it's
Peppermints.
like obviously you don't want to die ever, but dying because of your mechanics is better than dying because of your positioning.
Okay.
And your positioning is part of your decisions. That's why you hear Ruby and I always question, or Ruby's favorite saying, he made decisions.
Decisions were made. I'm not going to comment on the quality of said decisions, but they were decisions.
refrain
Correct.
from making those decisions.
Could you refrain from that train? Could you refrain from that train of thought happening in your brain ever again, please?
You are hereby requested to
All
see
right. So that's first fight. Let's go to second fight.
electrical impulses going through your
37
brain.
minutes in. Welcome to a real VOD review.
Yeah, right.
This is Goats 2.0. What?
Oh yeah.
37 minutes later, second fight.
So just as a quick heads up to everyone, this is going to go past 11. If we still have people past 11, we will go past 11.
Okay.
I might get food, but okay.
Oh yeah, we'll take breaks.
We'll have a halftime.
I
or
want to
so.
get food.
Yeah, right. Like I haven't eaten either.
He need water, but okay.
Yeah, we'll take a halftime.
I mean, I got half a Burger King sandwich here.
Ooh, poggers.
Let's continue.
Yo, can I order some nuggets?
We're continuing.
That'd be $1.40. Pull up to the next window.
U.S. or Canadian?
Canadian. Okay, nice stagger. Okay, let's watch. Okay, we're not gonna watch the second fight because the second fight was just tanks making mistakes and Ivy hitting a good wall, which we already talked about.
Yeah, so that's like something to emphasize off of that.
They weren't
that
close
entire
enough.
fight. Yeah, that entire fight was decided by a wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like our May players need to get good sharp.
Yeah, no pressure or anything.
Yeah, no pressure. You just have a fight winning. You just have a fight winning ability on a 10-second cooldown or whatever.
Exactly.
You just have to go between me and
All right,
Sharp.
continuing.
Much, and he walls too little.
Oh fuck. Okay, you see this angle here? You see this angle? Look at Carpe's positioning right here. Right? This is this is perfect positioning. He can peek left if they go main, he can peek right and have huge amounts of cover and why is the wall at an angle? What is happening? But he can get huge amount of support from his team from where he is right now. There is no reason he needs to take an off angle, like over here on point or like say inside this room. There's no reason he needs to do that. He just needs to play with his team. That's all he needs to do.
Growing.
So
I'm
this is
pretty sure
actually
that's a
really
wall
good. This
actually
is really
going up.
good. This is really good by Excelsior, actually. So what they're doing is they're sending the Rhine and the Mei player out front, right? The Rhine because this is a shield and he has 500 HP, and the Mei because of Ice Block, right? Those are the two most durable people in your team comp, right? You're sending the two most durable people out by themselves in front of the team so that they use Mei Wall, thinking the whole team comes out front, right? But the rest of the team is actually taking a wide angle around. Right, and they don't know that yet. All of them are looking main. They all just called they're pulling out main, and they're gonna call that they walled them and push the people on main, thinking there's gonna be no support.
Right.
It's a whole big debate.
It's all a debate.
Or you just didn't hit Ice Block.
Unfortunately,
How did-
See that flank?
He sort of got melted, to be honest.
How did who are you die?
He got melted by everyone.
Yeah.
Like when we paused, he was at half health already.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He got destroyed.
Yeah, that was half speed and like instantaneous. That was a triple Lucio headshot plus on a dart.
Damn.
But yeah, you see this off angle? See how good that is? Now Sabiobi's on an off angle. He can see Carpe with the Noon, without the shield and without the support of his tanks, right? Carpe from this position can't get support from his tanks when they're pushing on right. They would have been able to if they were pushing main, but not right. That's Poco's in a bad position right now.
Okay. He's in a good position for what they knew, which is they were main. But they didn't know everybody was right, therefore Poco's in a bad position. I just want to clarify that.
So now Sabiobi gets killed. But
You mean
even
Sabiobi
then,
kills
he
Carpe?
still should have been further back.
You mean
Yeah,
Sabiobi
he should have been
kills-
at the corner.
He should have been back here so that he can give support to his whole team.
Okay, so Carpe gets killed.
Yeah.
So Carpe
Yes,
gets
Carpe
killed
died.
because of no, he shouldn't have been over here. He should have been here.
Yeah.
So Carpe gets killed because of Poco's bad positioning and a really good play on Excelsior's part.
What is that diva?
What is that?
Wait.
Holy shit.
Wait a minute.
Look at those legs. Look at them feet, dude. Look at them toes.
Wait, do it again.
Unfortunately.
Wait, do it again. Oh, it didn't do it again.
I guess it was just the result of pausing and unpausing.
Okay, so now that Excelsior is down their Mei, Ivy can throw Blizzard on the Rhine, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. They can't wall the Rhine up. They can't wall him away from his team. He already got the Nano, so he's not going to get a burst of healing. And Hotba was nowhere close.
Noticed how they used the team wipe ult to kill one person. Actually, that became more than one person.
Why did they do that?
Oh, okay. So why did they use Blizzard to solo mana?
Yeah, I guess.
Because they gave him Nano, so that's already one ult. So that's already an even trade right there, right? One ult for one ult, even though they're not really even. And on top of that, freezing the Rhine, perma-freezing the Rhine is like a guaranteed fight win, especially if they don't have a Mei. There's no way they can save him from the freeze, and their team is nowhere close to help him. Unfortunately, Sabiobi's a god.
And dodges the shatter.
And dodges the shatter. And Noon's Astro. Mid-beat.
Oof.
Oh, bogger.
But Mano still dies.
Who?
Hot Buzz half.
Why is she chasing the diva? Why did she chase the diva?
Oh, why did Hoppa chase the diva?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was
so
going
that-
after Alarm, I think.
Well, he's going
Alarm's
after.
really low
No,
on
he's,
the
I'm
he's
already
going
around
after,
the corner.
he's going after Poco. So what he's doing is he's trying to push Poco back to main, so that it's just Ivy and Sato up front, and the rest of the team can move forward. He's trying to take the space here.
And there
Forcing
he's
Poco back
also
to point gives them this whole courtyard.
he's also inside of his Ana there.
Yeah, true.
Alright.
So like he knows his Ana can see him from there. Because now they have this whole courtyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge Annie. Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Wait a second.
Why did the ice block?
Yeah, he was around the corner there.
Yeah.
I guess you just
Maybe
did it
he's
out of.
worried or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a final fear that kicks in.
Okay, so even though that bomb didn't actually kill anyone, right? It's a remech bomb, and on top of that, it gets them out of this corner and onto point. It flushes them out of under the bridge, right?
It also forces out Maywall cooldown.
Yeah, Maywall and a whole bunch of other cooldowns. It forces him to hold shield. Right now, Sato can't move.
Time to raise my APM.
Funny Astro fed into Rhine. Diva's diving the back to kill Jonak, and then rebombing. Hot Buzz so good. Did anyone see that?
Wait, what?
Face plant.
Hot Buzz so good, dude. This guy's an absolute brainiac. Watch this guy.
What?
He's following Poco like 3 inches behind him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this guy. So like he turns immediately. Oh, he almost gets it. Yeah, he almost gets Poco out of the mech, or out of like Baby Diva before the remech even goes out from full HP. He's still following Diva.
And now he's going into May.
Yeah, now he pushes the man high ground half HP.
Which forces cooldowns.
Which forces cooldowns and also focuses all 3 people's attention on him. Carpe's clicking people.
Carpe's a god.
And then there's McCoy cooking people.
Just click foreheads.
Okay, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, when I'm playing Mei, I should be sticking with Ryan at all times.
Yes.
But how should I position when Ryan dies?
Good question.
How do I explain this?
Like if both Rhines dies,
So you need to play safer because you don't have a shield, right? But you still don't you still don't back up fully, right? Like you still don't play like with your other DPS. You still play forward because you have a Mei wall and an ice block still, right? So when your Rhine dies, you still play further forward than everyone else.
If you're out of cooldowns, does that mean you back up even more, or?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just Mei when you're out of cooldowns anyway. But yes, usually when your Rhine dies, you play a lot safer because you can't take any poke.
So, why I get... Wait, does Carpe play the Widow here?
I think he does play the Widow.
Yeah, he most likely does. So I guess he plays the Widow to...
Okay, so why is he playing Widow here?
To get more sightlines or...
Yeah, it's longer sight lines.
Holy shit!
I love animation.
What is that? What is that?
Screenshot it.
Dwarf
Dummy.
When you're dummy
Dumb thick, dude. Look at his thighs, bro.
Oh my god.
Someone make that an arc.
What is that torso?
The things they'll do to make animation smoother.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
He's dumb, he's thick, dude. I keep sneaking. The cops in my ass cheeks keep sneaking in me.
Yeah,
So
I
you'll
can't take them hard. I can't take them hard angles.
So Yobi can hear my ass cheeks. Oh no.
Thought Widow was thick before.
Like it or not, this is what peak performance looks like. Dude, I love replay.
It's great.
I'm trying to get another good one, but it's not quite working. Oh my god!
Zooms in, but
Okay, enough of big booty.
Oh my.
Never enough of big booty.
Alright,
Okay.
continuing.
So why are they on the Widow here?
Got sidelines.
What does Widow do?
Take.
It puts pressure on the enemy team in the back line.
She kills
Keeps them more
people.
grouped up. Punishes positioning errors by the enemy team.
Definitely. She only kills people. That's it, Loco. That's it.
Exactly. Just click heads.
it's not
Can
like they
deny
make
off angles if she sees one.
She
Okay.
puts way more pressure on the enemy team than your team if you're not running
They
any
have-
with counter.
They have to play more carefully because they know you're there and where you can see the.
Okay, that's kind of it. Just I'm looking for different language, but yeah. So she controls space. She holds angles and denies peeking, right? So when she's holding this corner or back here in this room, which I think Carpe is going to go to, this makes sense. Now there's so much less space that you can take without using tons more resources, right? Mano now has to hold shield whenever they peek an angle that Widow can shoot down, or they have to hold DM, right? And again, look at Poco's positioning. He's playing close to the Widow until they know their comp and where they are, right? So say Sabiobi's on the Tracer. I don't know why he'd be on the Tracer, but say he was on the Tracer, right? Until they know their comp, Poco's going to stay right in the center, just in case Tracer's poking around here. Because if he is, Sabiobi's dead if Poco doesn't help.
You mean Carpe's dead?
Yeah, other way around. Sabiobi's dead. Carpe's just going to click him.
It looks like Ryan has a carrot in his shield, by the way.
Yeah, so even though this is a really hard off angle, right? Poco is still playing in the center, so he can help both. He has to use boosters to get to both. But Poco is still making sure that he can peel for anyone. Welcome to 3-second boosters.
I see Hot Buzz looking at Poco.
This is why 3-second boosters was a mistake. This exact thing right here.
Yep, we have a question.
So how do you know how to position on Widow? Like, where should you position? Should you?
So, as Widow,
yeah,
as Widow, you're going to be looking for the largest sight line you can get while remaining safe. So remember how before when we talked about the McCree angles, how you want to be within range of your diva?
Yeah.
On Widow, you're sort of more looking at the enemy diva in this meta. If the enemy diva can get to you, you're probably not in a good spot.
Okay.
And you as Widow especially, because Widow and if you're in front of the enemy team, you're not doing your job as well, right?
Yeah.
So, as Widow especially, you need to be coordinating with your team where you are. Because at the end of the day, you are still a part of your team, and your team can really help you. Especially if your team's able to take space and force them into your sightlines.
Mm-hmm.
But you also can't expect that, so you have to be looking for different sightlines. So basically, main point, take the biggest angle you can while still remaining safe.
Okay.
How to play Widow in this meta. Go back to spawn, swap McCree.
That's not necessarily... Widow does have a place in this meta, but McCree is a lot more standard.
Bold of you to talk shit in boosters range.
Yeah, the beauty of Widow is comparatively to the McCree, the Widow is much higher risk, but also much higher reward.
Hmm.
Ruby looking for
Trying
the
to get
animation
it.
smears.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
It's the same one.
That's because Carpe is constantly
It's a
jumping,
shelf,
so this
bro.
happens.
It's actually a shelf. It's actually a shelf. You can store things
Wait,
on that.
wait. Does she pass
Hold
the
your
red
drink
cup
with that.
test? Does she pass the red cup test?
Oh no.
Gotta be able to put a red cup on it.
She's a fucking bookshelf.
No.
She's turning into a carrot.
Nah.
They cannot see me.
I am on the ground.
Alright, continuing. Ruby's very amused, but continuing.
When the VOD reviewers derail the VOD review.
Okay. Okay, so Excelsior's Fusion's goal here is to try to force the Excelsior into the Widow's sightline. See why Poco was standing so close? Because Hoppa immediately tried to go onto the Widow. You see that?
If you play Widow, that's gonna happen a lot.
Yeah. Against divas that know what they're doing.
Yeah. Which doesn't really happen until like 3700 anyway, so don't worry about it.
No, worry about it, because
Worry
then when
about
you get
it.
to 3700 it
Yeah,
won't be rude.
I know, joke. That's a joke. Worry about it.
See how both divas are playing main right now?
Yeah.
It's like two angry
So,
bunnies.
okay. So Poco knows that since he's running the Widow, it's worth it to just waste Hotba's time, because Hotba wants to get on to Carpe and stop him from getting value. But if Hotba's too busy dueling Poco in the back, then Carpe gets free value, right? That's why he's pushing him in this corner. He knows that his team gets more value without a diva than theirs does. With a McCree instead of a Widow. And Hotba realizes that he's stalling and goes back to point.
Yeah.
Look at that amazing DM. That's some loco DM right there. Look at that shit. Look at it. You see that? That is some in a loco DM right there.
Just making
What's
sure
wrong
right
with
click lurking.
You
Also, what
successfully
is that
blocked
range, by the
3
way?
damage.
What is this
Yo.
range?
What do you mean?
Can I get that range on DM?
Wait, yeah, that's actually ridiculous. What?
What?
Why
What
is
size
that?
of the point?
That's like 25 meters. That's like not even pre-nerf. That's further than pre-nerf. What? I want this range. Yo, give me what Hoppa has, dude. I'll be a god diva.
Yeah.
They
Dude,
buffed
dude,
Hotba.
that's why Diva's so good. Or Hotba's so
That's why Hoppa's so good, dude.
He's
Exploding.
hacking, bro.
Okay, so Excelsior realizes that they have a Widow, and they rotate point, right? They want to take point first, because it's after it's going to be really hard for them to push into the Widow.
Remember when Widow was a defense character?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Remember
they
when
had
there
defense
was
heroes?
defense characters?
Remember when you get flamed for playing a defense character on attack?
Yes.
Remember when Symmetra was support?
Oh yeah.
Remember when Bastion had a personal shield?
Yes.
I knew someone was gonna go back to that.
Remember when Genji had bleed on his dash?
Remember when Kree had no damage drop off?
Remember when
Yeah,
Blade
dude, those were the
lasted?
days.
That was
Remember when
balanced.
Genji was
For a
good?
second, DM.
Remember when
when
Genji
McCree had a
9
minigun
seconds?
on his right click?
Remember Torm can climb walls?
Remember Blade lasting for an entire team fight and then some?
Alright, continuing.
Yeah, Dragon
Remember when he
Blade
could
lasted
self-res
9
and spawn
seconds.
on Gibraltar?
Yeah, remember when
Oh, yeah.
Genji could fly?
Remember getting tilted in game and IRL? Okay, so Poco's a smart human being and gets out of mech here.
And
I mean-
notice how Hotba immediately ignores Baby and says, "Hi, Widow. Your defense has failed."
Tactical DMEC.
Yeah, so I think Poco wanted to get healed by his Ana. So see how he's positioned like right here, so that his Ana can see him.
Mhm.
Yeah, he positions right where he know. Yeah, he looks right at his team. Realize 100%. He looks right at his team. He knows his team can see him. He stands behind the wall where his team can't see him, and then gets out of
I'm far
mech.
back enough, right?
Yeah, he looks at his team like, "Why have you forsaken me?"
He's like,
Yeah,
"Hi guys, bye."
Hotba goes right for the Widow.
Yeah,
Check
no
for his
time
team must think
wasted.
of the
Just
void.
D-Mex, before the D-Mech even finishes, he is directly on Carpe.
He went to
And
the
now
next
Carpe,
action.
look, and then goodbye Carpe, because look how quickly he got back to his team and realized the situation.
Hotba is so good. Do you guys understand what he's doing right here?
Yeah.
Keeping the Widow like occupied.
No. Watch his boosters. Watch his boosters. This is so mega galaxy brain boosters. This is insane. Look at this guy go.
He's stalling.
He's the
Tickles
best
on
in the
whatever.
world. You see these boosters? I'm not even kidding. This is mega big brain. That is actual god boosters. He's literally the best in the world.
So he's trying to get his cooldown back for boosters while using the Rift to slide.
Before he gets there, he wants to get there with 1.5 seconds left on the cooldown instead of 3.
Yeah.
So he's doing the Winston tech that I do.
And what I do for far to get my
And
boost
now-
back.
And now he gets there. Now he's there. Look at his cooldown.
Oh.
This guy's a
Big brain
brainiac.
stuff.
This guy is a brainiac, dude. This guy is insane. Why does nobody else see this stuff?
And he does it
Slidey
again.
Roof's OP.
He does it again, yeah.
There's a locoed eat.
This is
The
a
baby
loco
diva.
I guess he's trying to
Oh, he did it
stop,
twice.
He's trying to stop
Hey,
Poco
we
from
can't
getting
be
his mech.
perfect, I guess.
He's probably just
Yeah.
annoying Poco.
He's still all he cares about. All he cares about is the Widow. That's all he cares about. His
Yeah.
entire job is to stay on the Widow and not let the Widow do anything. Because he knows his team with a Kree and a Mei win the frontline battle easy.
So like he's basically bullying Carpe to go
Yes,
with
that's
McCree.
all he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's
Yeah.
bullying Carpe, which forces Poco to peel for Carpe as well. So they lose a Diva and a Widow.
For the Widow players that are here, you have to understand that when you are playing Widow, that their diva wants to do nothing but bully you. So always keep that in mind when
And
you're
that
thinking
means
of
when
your
she's not bullying
positioning.
you have to hit shots.
Yeah.
You
Your
have to
time-
click.
Yeah, it's your time to count.
If you're missing shots when nobody's on you, don't play Widow.
That's the reality.
I mean, yeah, that's literally it. If like, I'm trying to help you win. If you're not hitting shots when nobody is contesting you, don't play Widow. Just play McCree.
Because you can send more shots.
And some of them will eventually hit.
Yeah. Eventually.
Okay, so let's look at his team, right?
Can get back with his boosters at that.
Yeah, so
position.
we know what Hop is doing. We know Hop is a god. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So all his team is doing is waiting. That's all his team needs to do. They have
Who are
point. They're
you
just gonna wait for the
standing
engage.
in
They
mana?
don't need to do anything but wait. Right? They have control. They have control of the point. That's all they want to do is just wait and let it tick down. Right? Fusion. They want to wait until Carpe gets in a good position and then push in at the same time, so that Hoppa has to come back to his team. If they can force Hoppa back to his team and back with his Rhine, then Carpe will be free.
So I got a question.
Do
How
whatever he wants.
how can Fusion do that?
Okay, so Fusion are going to try to do that with hard pushing with Mei walls. It puts a lot of pressure on Ivy to hit a really good wall, and on top of that with ults. it puts a lot of pressure on Ivy to hit a really good wall and really good play on everyone on the fusion. No one can make mistakes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt seeing the Blizzard and especially the Nano invested here to get this.
Because they need to put a lot of pressure on the front line so that Hoppa can come back and Carpe can peak.
So basically, they can also like draw attention with the Nano and
Yes, so
Blizzard as
they're
well.
100% gonna Nano Sato.
Yeah. Using the Nano puts the Rhine battle in Sato's favor, which means it requires a response from Excelsior.
Mhm.
Which then that frees up Carpe to take the angle that he wants.
Yeah, right.
You still see Hoppa doing his God boosters?
Yep.
So you
Dude,
see them,
he's
you see
just
them, they're pushing
practicing
really hard.
mid-match.
You see this? You see
Yeah,
this?
right?
They're pushing in really, really hard, right? That's what they want to do. They push in really, really hard onto the front line. Alarm's gonna peek wide. Nano Rhine. Right? They mirror Nano Rhine. They're putting a ton of pressure on the front line. Right? Hoppa's back with his team. Oh,
and
look.
where's Carpe?
And where's Carpe?
Killing Jonah.
With a time warp in his face.
No, dude, that's
hole in
the
space-time.
sound. Dude, that's
Bro,
the
did you
sound
look at
barrier being
Mono?
broken.
He fired the fastest shot ever fired.
Mono is glowing, bro.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Granny.
He
Granny
took
down.
out he took out the other eye. Look.
Granny down. Granny down.
So
With a ripple in space time.
Fastest shot ever fired.
I guess why did Carpe try to go for the Ana instead of maybe someone else? I guess.
So the two so there's your main there's your fight winning picks, which is technically all of them at a high level. But obviously some picks are worth more than others. Like Orion is worth a lot because then the team doesn't have a shield. A Mei is worth a lot because Mei provides so much defensive capabilities with the wall, the ice block. And on the support side, the
Ana
main
is most of the time worth more than Lucio, yeah.
Yeah, because not only does Ana has, first of all, a ton of healing. Ana also has, as Litcat knows, a fight-winning ability in a big anti-nade.
Yep.
So not only by picking the Ana, so by picking the Ana here, Excelsior is down the vast majority of their healing capabilities, which means all of the damage they take is going to be a lot harder to restore.
So now all they need, now that they've picked the Ana, all they need to do is play slower here. They still want to play fast because they want to cap the point, but they're going to slow down the pace a little bit because they know their team can regenerate the health and the Excelsior can't. So if they play slow, they guarantee that no one on their team gets picked and Excelsior go down immediately. Like Excelsior guaranteed go down.
And I also want to point out, especially while you're watching this fight here, as they're about to slow and then repush, this is, in my opinion, one of the hardest parts of playing on a team, is stabilizing and then repushing quickly.
Yeah.
Because it requires commitment from everyone.
Everyone has to be on the same page the whole time. So what you're gonna see, I haven't seen this by the way, I don't remember. Fusion is gonna slow down, and they're gonna heal up to full, and they're gonna poke for 5 seconds, and then hard engage again, because everyone's gonna be low, and then they're gonna hard engage right on. So they're gonna slow down, right? They're gonna group up. They're gonna stay close. They're not gonna push. You see Sato's just holding the shield. Then they're gonna wait a couple seconds, and Sato's gonna hold W. Sato's just gonna hold W. Yep, they're just holding W. Now they're gonna push really hard after they waited a couple seconds.
And that's on top is out of mech.
Yep.
Yeah, and they got
that's
who are you?
point. That's point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And from here, it's just a little bit of clean. Well, it's already basically cleaned up, but they could possibly push those two, and I think they get mono here.
Yeah, they get both. I wouldn't doubt it. And they eat the sleep. You see that? Eat the sleep.
Yeah, if he gets slept there, he probably gets demeched.
I don't know. I don't think there's anyone there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No, because the Kree's dead, so no.
Yeah, if the Kree wasn't dead, it was a very good possibility.
Yeah. Okay, so Excelsior want to win the fight as fast as humanly possible, and Fusion want to drag it out as long as possible. Why is that?
Because Fusion
I'm
has
sorry,
control
repeat
of
the
the point.
question one more time.
Excelsior wants to win as fast as humanly possible, and Fusion wants to drag out the fight to be as long as humanly possible. Other than Fusion just having the point, why do they want to do that?
Carper's still on
fight,
Widowmaker.
the
Carper's
longer
still
the
on
fight goes, the
Widowmaker.
more shots Carper can
Yeah.
fire.
The more shots Copper can fire, the more picks they're likely to get.
You can also force out more enemy resources that way, right?
Yeah. And the longer the Widow stays alive, the more resources Excelsior has to use on the Widow, and then slowly it builds up an advantage on the Fusion side because Mano has to use more shield than Sato does.
Like the glory of Widow is even if the Widow is just standing there,
You
it
get value.
provides such an intimidation factor to the enemy team that they have to use more resources than they want to just to deal with the character standing there.
Oh yeah, just like how Gladiators did with Surefour and Jokertown.
Could we take like a hot second?
We are an hour in.
Sure.
Dude!
I'm gonna get some water.
I'm gonna say 5 minutes, just a quick one.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, I only need like
Ruby.
5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, besides, like, walling off the run and stuff, what else are, like, teams looking to do, like, in the middle of the fight to win it?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that when I get back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
imagine people want to hear the question, and that's
Okay.
I want to go
Yeah.
get food, and then
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right, I'm back. Menacingly.
How's the pizza? I just got it. Just got the pizza now. Did I miss any thoughts of the 132? I mean, it's different. It's different. I mean, is it something I want to see long term? Probably not. But I'm cool with it. Oh, man. I need to X out of some stuff so I don't have as much lag. Should be good. Engage Tester, thank you for the features prompt sub. Kitty? I know, my kitty's awesome. I have cheese pizza. I also have something for after stream, too. And just so you guys know, you're going to be able to get drops on my stream pretty much any day I'm live over the next 2 weeks. I'm also going to be streaming pretty much 12 hours almost every day. Except for Friday. Friday, I'm taking a little bit of a shorter stream because I'm going to PAX East. And then Saturday, I'll be back. Swig, thank you for the features prime set. Thank you so much. I can't believe I'm 3,000 people away from 400,000 now. This is crazy, dude. Marcus and Kugum, thank you for your features prime subs. Thank you, guys. You guys are seriously so beautiful. Coming to Miami in March finally. I'm highly considering going to Miami for Ultra to see Zed. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I might do it. While we get this shit figured out. So yes, we are gonna be going to Houston And, oh shit, it's tiny as fuck. What the hell? There we go. Huge JPEG. Ew. What did I do? That's disgusting. Okay. So, yeah, Houston, we play against what do we play against? We play against Toronto and Paris. Should be some fun games. You guys like these pixels? You like these fucking pixels? Here we go. Wait, let me save it. It'll be better. Here we go. This is a good one. What's this one? Okay, there we go. Saved. Saved, boys.
I'm back.
So yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Never mind. Not saved. Whatever. Who cares about backgrounds? So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for entering the giveaway and stuff and watching the stream. I know that there's drops and stuff going out. I would like to stream during that, but I'm trying to prioritize my stream. I mean, not my stream. Prioritize my team over my stream. For now, just because we have an important match this weekend, so gotta win that shit, boys. Don't do too good because I play against you in fantasy. All right, we'll do. Lower with $20. Thank you.
Unsubbing and suing. Thanks for hurting my feelings.
Shit, man. I didn't realize it was that bad. Sorry, man. Sorry, bro. I apologize, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. Kappa? I ain't sorry for nothing. Fuck you, Lower. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, bro. Welcome back. Or thank you for the $20, man. And thanks for stopping by, Lower. Don't free Fried. Fried is a fucking bitch, all right? Fried does not deserve to be unbanned. All right, I'm going to head out, boys. There's some drops going on. So make sure you watch your Twitch streamers. There's some PogChamp. Everybody has it. Fuck you. All right, fine. Guess who's not getting his mod back?
This weekend, Doggo. Excited for the games.
Thank you, Luke Aris. Appreciate it, brother. Welcome back for 4 months, and thank you. There should be some fun games this weekend. There should be some fun games, man. So it'll be exciting. We'll play it out.
Wait. Are you SVP? Oh. Well, my comment goes double now. SVP, is that buddy?
I'm here.
Are you still married man or not?
Oh,
okay, sorry, man.
Nah, I got a different one. Monkey Discord. Tracer's off me, I'm dead. I'm dead. Tracer's left side. We lose this fight.
No, we don't. If we stack in here, we're gonna win.
Yeah, I have no heals.
And I'm in.
I'm coming back as Lucio.
Oh,
I'm almost there.
That was embarrassing.
I'm right behind you. We're fine. I'm right here. Baby. Okay, close.
Yeah. That was a sick nade. I should have blocked it.
Yeah, okay, you can play monkey. I don't care.
Alright.
I might go back because of the tracer. David Discord up top.
Guys, is he not married anymore? Did he divorce? What happened then?
Tracer's going great side right now.
Why didn't you like it when I asked him?
Monkey half main. David Discord top. She's half also. Lucio half. Tracer's on me. Nice. Tracer no re in dark.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm just making food before everyone goes to sleep, and I wake everyone up.
Yep.
True, I already ate.
Wow!
Alrighty.
Ate spaghetti.
Is everyone back?
Lucio's frozen.
Molly's still muted and Rainbow's still muted.
Right.
Oh, I'm muted about
Oh,
here.
okay.
I was
Mom?
just cleaning my sink.
Okay.
Kong said he's back too, so.
Ina?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have everyone then.
Sharp and Lit Cat?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, making sure.
Alright, so
It's just calm.
we had a question before break.
It was Long's question. Oh, he
Kuza just left.
He disappeared. Hello.
changing back to his PC, maybe.
Hmm?
Long, you had a question before.
Oh. So, what are like if an enemy team's like pushing or you're holding a position, what are you like looking for in a team fight to win it, or to turn a team fight or something like that?
Okay.
Like, what are
so
some
the-
win conditions?
The first thing a team looks for in the beginning of a fight, like a perfect example is the first fight we looked at, right? Is a Mei wall on the enemy Rhine.
Okay.
After that, as a team, you need to counter wall. It's mandatory or you'll lose. You have to counter wall if you don't get the first wall. Right?
Okay.
And depending on what kind of Mei player you are, you can go for a lot of really early walls and be a proactive Mei player, or you can be a reactive Mei player and go for a lot of like reactive walls. Like if your team really excels off of that reaction, kind of like lure them in and then pounce. If that's the kind of team that you are, kind of like the Excelsior, then you can kind of go for that style.
Yeah.
But generally, you want to go for the first Mei wall.
Okay.
Because then it's you deciding when you fight. It's you deciding.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. But before we had gone on break, you asked other than Maywall. So
Yeah.
In the fights that we've looked at, you've seen the biggest deciders being picks, ironically both by Carpe. In map 1 being onto Jonak, and in the last fight we looked at being onto Jonak. Carpe is really good at killing Jonak.
He clicks the grannies, dude.
Oh.
So a pick is probably like the most obvious start to a fight because it means you're up in numbers.
Yeah.
But again, what we talked about. Oh, go ahead.
Well, for you, it's really just when your shot caller, either Ryan or Lucio, like says to engage, like it's usually the Ryan. And for the Ryan, the biggest thing you're looking for is you're looking at the positioning of the enemy team, right? Like if you're not going for a Mei wall, well, your Mei should be looking at this too, but you're looking at the position of the enemy team and seeing if a Mei wall can separate, and then assume the Mei wall goes up when you engage. Assume your team doesn't make any mistakes.
Okay.
Because assuming mistakes is a mistake, which makes you make mistakes.
Mistakeception.
Yep. But so as a team, you want to look at the position of the enemy team and look for someone out of position, right? That doesn't just mean away from the enemy team, right? That doesn't mean just being away from the team isn't just out of position, right? Poco right here isn't out of position.
Yeah.
Yes, he's away from the enemy team, but this is where he needs to be. He needs to be on point to contest, and he needs to be close to any flanks for Carpe too, right? Like, where is Carpe? Carpe's back here, right? He needs to be close to Carpe. Carpe isn't out of position either, even though he's not close to the team, right? And out of position would be if Mei was down here trying to get ult charge. That would be out of position, right? Mei is not in a spot where she can get good peel from her team, and her team has to use resources to save her.
Okay.
Or even if they used resources, they still couldn't save her, right? Like if Mei was really out of position, like, here. I mean, no one in the right mind would be here on Mei, but if their Mei was here. But yeah, really, there's no out of position at this moment in the fight because there's neither team is ready to engage on each other.
Yeah.
But so I can tell you what they're looking for in a fight as it goes on if you want, if that would help.
Okay.
So I can tell you what the Excelsior is looking for and what the Fusion are looking for as the fight goes on. With that, Would that help anyone?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this at 25% speed. Okay, so fusion use walls. This is to get intel onto where they're going and exactly what they want to do. Right? If they can tell where they're going, it's a lot easier to tell what their plan is throughout the fight before it happens. Right? So Hoppa being here is a huge telltale sign that they want to push here.
Yeah.
Huge telltale. Right? Usually the D.Va scouts and goes first, especially if they're going high ground or on a different route than just main. Usually the D.Va goes first.
Okay.
So Fusion immediately see this, right? They drop to point. They want to engage them at this choke, right? They don't want to let them through this line, right? They want to keep them condensed into one of these two lanes and away from Carpe.
Okay.
Right? So all they want, all the Fusion want right now is to make the fight last as long as possible and to keep them away from Carpe.
Okay.
Carpe is going for an absolute big dick play and sitting right in front of Hotba.
Or in this case, big ass play.
A big booty play. Taking a shot. Hotba pushes in here. It's kind of a bait actually. Making Hotba push in here.
I want to point out, notice how he took one shot and then realized it was time to go.
He didn't wait until the D.Va show up. Until the D.Va was in his face already. He knew
you know the enemy team is in that area, therefore it's time to go. Don't take another shot.
Even if he didn't have walls, he still would have only taken one shot and left.
Yeah.
You know the D.Va's gonna go for you. So he is out of here. He's out. Right? Excelsior, they want to push on to the Widow. Right? They want to get as close as they can to the Widow. So they're going to rotate back. I imagine they might push main here after seeing Carpe rotate. Like the moment they know that Carpe rotates, they're probably going to push main here because they're leaving Jonak here. So they're probably going to push back through main. If they can't get to Carpe, they're going to push their team as hard as possible. And as fast as possible, giving Carpe as few shots as possible to swing the fight.
And that time is even more now that shots.
Yeah.
Are
So now they're moving up main. Yeah. So they notice Carpe rotated. They're moving up main. Right. They're using ults immediately. No time wasted. Nothing. They're not wasting a single second getting this fight started. Wall goes up. Animo amp speed. They're going around the wall.
Awkward.
Right? They're wasting no time getting right onto their team. Carpe is sitting in the back here. He has the support from his team. 100%. Hoppa's trying to get around the flank to get onto the Widow, right? That's all his goal is to contest the Widow. Even if he's not directly shooting her, he's contesting the Widow right now because he's making her turn around. And he's making her keep rotating. So even if he's not directly shooting her, he's still contesting the Widow by doing this. Right? The rest of the team is going to just push right onto the main tank here. Because pushing here is going to help Hotba. Because Hotba's gonna get out of here. He's gonna 1v4 right now. If he stays here, he's 1v4ing.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So he's gonna push back main to get back to his team. There's too many people here on him, so he's gonna want to get out. And his team's gonna push forward to help him. Right? They can see him through the wall. He's calling, I'm coming back. They're gonna push up and they're gonna help him, right? So he gets booped back. He goes over the wall though, so that's good. Oh, they drop. So Hoppa decides to come back, I guess. Is that what Hoppa's doing? Yeah.
Nothing personnel,
Excelsior lands a big shatter, and they're gonna push hard main. How many Canadian rubles do you bet Sabiobi gets dinked in the forehead right here?
What a pop with DMs.
How many Canadian cents do you bet?
If I had some?
All
4.
since that I don't have.
Body shot bandit.
Oh.
I just love Hotbo right behind Carpe.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
He's aiming for the
he's
booty.
looking at that ass.
Yes.
Got that.
Go that.
Quick, go to his perspective.
Look at those hips.
Yeah, can we see
Look at those feet.
No, dude, he's after them feet.
He's after the feet.
Oh,
See,
no.
okay, so the reason he stays, right? The reason he stays is because everyone else leaves, right? He would leave if the 1v4 stuck, but 2 of them left, so it's actually okay for him to stay there. Right? It's a 1v1. The 1v2 happens. The 2 drop away. He sees that they drop away, and he turns back. It's still the 1v2. He's looking for the Widow. The Shatter lands. Right? There's the Blizzard. He knows Poco shattered, so he tosses the Blizzard. They want to end this fight as fast as possible. They don't want any time for Carpe to get any value off this Widow. They want to end this fight ASAP. So they're going to toss Blizzard.
Oh, did he? Oh, who are you? Oh no, he
Astro. That's a good beat right there. He beats back here around the corner, so he can't get stunned, and then runs around the corner and spreads the beat to everyone. While Carpe's on like 2 bars.
Who are you? Almost got that wall to block the beat.
Oh, yeah.
Widow got launched.
So who are you kills Carpe? So now Excelsior have a huge advantage in this fight, especially so they're popping beat. They want to end this fight as fast as humanly possible. They almost cap. Okay, so now Sato and Carpe are both dead, right? Now all Fusion care about is the contest.
Yep, they care about getting as much.
All they care about the percent
as possible.
So they are going to drag this fight out as long as possible still. Even though they're down, they're going to drag it out as long as possible to get as much percent off it. They're not going to use any ults. But Astro's just going to sit up here, being an absolute mean green Lee machine, and sit up on the top.
Who are you having none of it? He's coming
C9.
right up there.
Who are you having none of that shit, dude?
Here, May, you gotta flex on them.
Alarm's just looking for. So Alarm right now is just looking for a sneaky pick before he backs up, like an anti and then double shot onto Sabiobia would be huge, something like that, like an anti onto Animo and then a shot, like a pick like that would be really nice. It means they can't push on them. They can't push the staggers.
Is that why Hotba's still where he is looking?
What do you mean?
Well, before...
You mean Poco?
Well, no. Hotba, instead of also just chasing right after the enemy diva, Hotba is facing the other direction, DMing. Right there.
Oh, yes. Because he knows the anti... He gets a call that his Korean Lucio are antied, right? He turns around and DMs.
Yeah.
Until his DM is out. And then after that, he can't help anyway.
Right.
And also, like, he's behind a wall. And Sabiobi's 2-shot from dead anyway. So, and he's behind a wall. So,
yeah.
He DMs until they're safe.
Yeah. Hotba does everything, like, uses his resources to make sure everything, like, the resource that he can use to make sure they stay alive. But after that resource is expended, he goes after and continues the chase because he can no longer help there.
Right, but he
So he's
did protect the team first before actually
Yes,
chasing
he
the
protected
kill.
the team first because the fight is already won. Right now, it's cleanup. Any additional picks they can get. So a kill, like your team getting killed, is a much
kill
bigger
on their
deal.
team. Yeah, a kill on the enemy team is worth a lot less than a kill on your team.
Okay.
Okay.
Since the fight is already won, they're just in cleanup.
Okay.
Like Animo dying here has way more impact than demeching this diva, wherever Poco went. Right here.
Or killing, or going after the Ana.
No. Yeah. Like Alarm dying here means very little compared to Animo dying here.
Yeah, because without Animo, they're basically forced to play more
Point.
defensively. Yeah,
They basically have to play point.
because they no longer have speed. That bike got yeeted.
So you're basically
Bicycle's
looking
kinda
for
mad.
what do they lose in the fight when you get that pick on their hero. On both sides, right?
Yeah. So, like in that situation, Fusion lose nothing. They lose 3 seconds extra. Fusion lose nothing. They're resetting anyway. Excelsior lose their main speed boost, like their speed and like half of their support line, right?
Right.
And they lose the ability to hold this choke. They have to hold point after that. So they lose their speed boost and they lose the ability to hold this choke. Which I think they give up anyway because they were late.
Okay, I have a question. Can you pause really quick? So, Sato has his ult, right? So when he ults, does he so let's say the Ryan's still in the fight, like Excelsior's Ryan is still in the fight, and they're not going to use a combo, right? Is he going to look more for like a 6-man shatter for like everyone on the team, or is he going to look for people that are out of position more and try to get like confirmed kills?
Nobody really looks for a 6-man shatter. 6-man shatters just sort of happen.
Yeah. But does he want to try to get most of the people in the team?
You don't need 6-man shatters to win fights in like this level of gameplay.
You really only need like a 2-man.
2. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, okay, so he wants to go for more like specific people and try to just confirm kills.
Yeah, he wants to find the guaranteed 2K instead of like the Roar 6K that we saw.
Don't play for the play of the game. Play for the actual use.
Yeah, play for the win, not the play of the game.
Okay, so okay, I'll give you an example, right?
But play of the game.
Say Sabiobi and Hotba, right? Peek up beside the shield, and then Mano backs up around the corner for like a second. He just like dips back here because he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Sato 100% could shatter Sabiobi and Hotba, and that's an easy fight win right there.
Okay.
They don't have support ults. All they have is a nade and left click. That's it. Even though they shattered 2, they easily kill Sabiobi. Hoppa probably gets demeched, maybe.
And then they have a free push on Mano because they're down defense matrix McCreast on.
Yep.
Right.
So Sato is not looking for a full 6-man shatter. He's looking for people out of position. Even a solo shatter on something like a solo shatter on a diva is probably still useful. Like a solo shatter on an Ana or a Mei, even like a solo shatter on Mei would still be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then your team automatically wins with walls because they can't counter wall.
Okay.
It would be more impactful if they were running a McCree here too, like a solo shatter, or maybe even better for them if they were running a McCree.
Yeah.
Because they can just hard push them, and there's nothing they can do about it. But solo shattering a Mei is kind of hard with there's blocking wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys as a group of Brainiac your way through this fight, okay? You guys are nuts, okay? I believe in you guys, okay?
Yeah.
Just give me the right perspective to see everything.
Yeah.
I got a small screen now.
what are either of these teams' plans? Like, what Diffusion and Excelsior want to do, like, to win this fight? What are their plans here going into this fight? What's their game plan? Like seeing their alts and their positioning right now and everything. Also, I'll find Carpe. Carpe's up here.
I guess Fusion's plans to like drag the fight, use Nano to engage with the Reinhardt to like try to create space for the Widow. Drag the fight long enough so we can get the Blizzard and win off that. Unless Carpe gets a pick. And maybe look for a Shadow in the mid fight.
You could already see Hoppa trying to go for the Widow though. Hoppa's gonna try. So as soon as they try to push,
Also,
they might try to push with like
they can counter 10.
As soon as Fusion around the
Do you guys
corner.
see which direction they're moving?
moving back to point. So they want to hold more point because they know they probably have the ult advantage and they're trying to get, I guess, picks, or Philadelphia's trying to get picks.
Yep.
So they want to play behind cover.
Look who they're moving towards. They're all walking directly back at Carpe. They saw him in the window. They know that Fusion want to drag this fight into the front line so that Carpe can get picks in the back line. Excelsior is not going to let this happen. They're going to back up to point and push Carpe really hard. They're going to push. They're going to sit on staircase, and they're going to take this point right on the side of point and push Carpe out.
Also, Poco's not anywhere near Carpe, so he's free basically.
Yep.
Yeah, he has no resource from his teams. He can't really get any help.
Where is Poco?
He's way over there.
Oh yeah, Carpe is definitely
So
dead.
far away. And they definitely saw him too.
Yeah, Carpe is literally like.
Oh yeah, they saw Carpe.
Yeah.
They saw Carpe and then they saw Poco over
Hoppa
there.
is a man of determination. He's already boostering.
He wants that Widow dead.
Yeah.
So you see this back? Hoppa's gonna push Widow. They are gonna play this corner.
Then a reactive wall here.
Ivy's gonna get a fantastic wall.
I can't see all of Australia.
Nano's kind of forcing cooldown.
Yep.
Good at the video game.
Saddle wanted to push hard enough main, but the counter wall was too good, and Sabiobi's on the flank.
And they pushed the front line so far.
Sabiobi and notice how Sabiobi is not on the flank. He's with Hoppa.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's in his own backline.
Yeah.
So it's technically
Sabiobi is not on the flank. He's on a hard angle.
he's in the right position.
It's not even really a super hard angle because he's with Hotba.
Yeah. He's not even like picking a DPS either. He's just picking the supports because they left the supports behind.
Well, yeah, and Widow, but hey. You don't care if you had shot the
Oh
Widow
my
first.
god.
I like how we keep coming back to that.
Then stop sticking it up in the air, dude.
If you came home to find your significant other that way, what did you do?
A fat shatty, I think is what they call it in the industry.
He blocked it.
He shattered the shield.
I think this is what we call a fat shatty.
The quick draw.
See that bait there by Mana?
Yeah.
He 100% knew he had shatter there.
I mean, if you didn't, you...
Oh yeah, these guys know they have ultimates at all times.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, 99% of the time they know it ultimates.
Except like Houston. Maybe
Mana's also one of the best main tanks there is, so.
Yeah, and Poco's just hiding to try and contest here.
Poke from Poco.
Yeah, they just lost this match already.
Trying to stop a train.
Mano's on a mission.
Put this one, let's go, boy.
He's on a mission.
Also, that's a man.
What
That's
was
scary.
that turn?
Huh?
Deja vu.
Splat.
What the?
Drawing sensitivity.
Dude, he's doing his dance emote.
Oh my god. He's like,
Dude, he's hitting the dab, and now he's gonna slap.
Oh, he's actually
Ivy.
legitimately dabbing.
This man knows he just destroyed Sato.
Yeet.
Dude, look at the bend on the hammer. I never noticed the animations were like this.
I have.
Look at the fire strike.
Jesus, he's gonna throw that.
It's actually creating a black hole.
I never noticed the animations were like this. I never noticed they like warped space time.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
war space time.
It's an
Yo,
animation.
he's got a rubber mallet, bro.
It's an animation technique, and that's
Dude,
why I love
how
the
hard is he
art style of
swinging
game.
this metal hammer for this solid steel bar to just
Well, I mean,
bend
he
like
is
that?
bringing up fire from the ground, so pretty damn hard.
Yeah, you see the light coming from that fire.
Yeah, this man's literally swinging so fast that his strike is igniting air molecules on its way.
I never want to see him with a bat and him getting thrown a baseball at that point. I'll never see that shit again.
Because you will die. Actually.
No,
Yeah,
like,
if you
no,
do that
that
in
would
Canada,
literally
the ball
be
would end up in Brazil.
MVPs all day long. You
Okay,
never
so,
see the
so
ball.
that's an hour and 45 minutes, and we're done
For
2
one
points.
map.
No, we're not even done.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not- the map's not even over.
Yeah, we've memed a
We've
bit.
done 7 minutes of gameplay.
Welcome to an official.
Welcome to what a real VOD review is actually like.
11, by the way.
Wow, imagine having school the next day.
Bro, I need it.
Dude.
Luckily, you have the rest of the video.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
Okay. So they both want to play this middle pillar, obviously, right? Because it's the only cover here that's in the center. It's the furthest forward that they can easily hold. All right, so Animo's throwing.
And almost defeated.
So Excelsior are probably just gonna back. They're just gonna hold S here
Except for who are you?
or die.
Uh,
Yeah, they're just gonna die here.
wait, who are you? Well, the right side.
No, they're just going for all charge here.
Ah.
They're gonna die. They're just going for all charge. There's no way they back out. They had like wow, yeah.
He's taking one.
Wow, is that
Oh my god.
Right
Sounds
behind
like
you.
Yeah, what's it?
Good
This
defensive
deja
wall
vu
from
car
Ivy.
race, dude?
He's
Deja
going
vu.
hard. He's playing the hard and Reinhardt.
Wow. Mando shoving his hammer into the wall.
Yeah, it happens a lot. If it is a wall that like the attackers can see the other side of, that can give away your positioning. Looking at you, Route 66 train car strategy.
The way Ryan got folded.
Just fold the hammer. I'm pretty sure that kind of ruins the hammer part.
No. The way Sato hits Mono with that fire strike and it folds Mono. Like I'm pretty sure he went helmet first into the ground before his legs came down.
And Jonax and Sneaky. Okay, so the default holding position is top, and the reason why is because if you're holding if you hold bottom, and they push top, you can't rotate there, and your supports are stuck back here on the low ground. If you hold top and they push bottom, your supports are on the high ground and completely safe.
Plus, the high ground partially obstructs vision, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah, that like they're safe because they have this pillar to play behind, and they have this wall, and they're also on the high ground and can't be pushed.
Yeah.
But the moment they see them bottom, the moment they see them peak bottom, So that's a really good wall by Ivy. It forces them to stay in this area or push back towards the cliff. Either way, it's good. It's just they don't want them walking up the staircase. It doesn't matter that Jonak is walled right now. Like, they don't care about Jonak right now. They care about the rest of the team.
Pippa heads.
Sato says otherwise.
The Poco's there.
Sorry, Poco.
Yeah, I'm surprised Poco just didn't go back to the rest of the team. But
Who?
Who are you?
You had 1 HP.
who are you? Pulled the hope.
Oh no.
To be fair, it's a lot easier to do when you're on land because there's 0 lag.
Oh no.
Yeet. Hey, boy, remember when I did that to you?
Yeah, we just won the fight. This was okay.
Yeah.
So that's a shatter onto Ivy
Yeah, and maybe
and
Carpe?
Carpe.
No, it's out of range.
Like, right on
Depends
the
on
edge.
if he's moving forward. No.
Yeah, that would
But
only
that's a
got
shatter
us.
onto Ivy. That's a free kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lose the fight. They probably would have won that.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. It's probably screaming into the mic right now.
Synergy. There we go. Or lack thereof.
Yesterday when Hope walled off Rainbow.
Oof.
So that fight was a really good Maywall and a really bad Maywall. That was all.
Would
that
have
was
changed
all
the
that
outcome
Maywall
of the
was really
fight.
good. Yeah, probably.
Two birds with one stone.
You're literally editing the map to your favor. Or your team's lack of favor, in my case.
Your team's disadvantage. Yeah.
Whose team are you playing for, Hope?
Apparently, all 1v11. That's who I'm playing.
Anybody but us.
I just think I'm doing it for everyone.
Okay, so that wall just buys time. They knew they didn't want to push that because that wall would only last about 2 seconds after they got there. So that's not a good wall to push on, but it's a good wall to buy time. It means Excelsior still has to stay here. They can't move yet. But see how even a wall that didn't split everyone off, right? They still left the wall there. That's something I notice a lot with you guys is when you guys don't get a god wall, you guys drop it immediately. You can leave it there even if it's not the best wall. The cooldown starts when you put it up, not when you take it down.
So what's the advantage to leaving it up instead of taking it down?
Oh, it still provides value by forcing them to walk around it. Yeah, just by existing, forcing them to walk around it. It blocks their sight lines for even a split second. Sometimes you guys drop actual good walls.
Got it.
Think about those walls also that are on this point that move up and down and how much they cause trouble. And they kind of act like the map's own Maywall sometimes.
Yeah.
It's high noon.
Yeah,
So
causing
say,
trouble like that.
so say we get a Maywall in front of the opposing Rhine. So what should we do in that situation? We should push.
You can
like
leave
take
that
this.
up. You
Yeah,
can
leave it
that
up.
That just blocks them, forces them to walk around, forces them into a very tiny area, basically into a line.
Yeah, and then we can push up towards the wall and take that
Yeah,
extra
you
space
can
for free.
you can push up. You can push up and take that space for free without using shield or without taking spam.
Yeah, sometimes I put walls like that and immediately get told to take them down, even though I don't want to, because I know that it's forcing them to not be able to go around it. But I drop it anyways because they ask. Everyone's like, "Drop it, drop it, drop it." So.
Yeah, I have a tendency to, if I think that wall isn't very good, immediately put it down.
Yes, I'm aware. You both do that.
Unless it's a trash wall, just keep it up.
Like, see, even that wall wasn't that great, but they left it up anyway. It still made it so they can't walk up here. It didn't wall anyone off, but it made it so that they can't walk up here.
Yeah,
They have to stay down there.
I've been trying to make it so I only drop walls if it's going to get someone directly killed, like accidentally walling someone off.
Thinking emoji.
Hot Boo's taking a nap.
Okay, so this is just a standard push by Fusion here. So after the noon's over, they back up, they play safe. They know that they're about to have Blizzard. Ivy's regenerating his wall cooldown. All they need is for someone to overextend. The moment they see Mano push up past here, they throw Blizzard, put a wall behind him. Who are yous being really good at Mei? And
What?
that's
What?
who are yous wall. Thanks.
I think he was trying to wall him up.
Yeah, he was trying to
But
wall
missed.
up the aggression.
Yeah, or he was trying to wall off the Blizzard before it got there.
Yeah, and so after that, it's just cleaning up. They just push up. They get Jonat caught on the flank. Or not the flank, but like this side here. Ivy's feeding.
How did that happen?
Let's find out.
Take this nade as I go.
Oh.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
Oh.
When you
Get him.
Heated.
Unfortunate, bro.
He almost got the wall though.
And then he missed the wall.
No, he got booped out of it.
So, I have a question. What falls faster?
So Fusion lost Ivy. See how far they're backing up now? They don't have a Mei. They're giving up space. Poco's gonna contest at the last second. Here he comes.
They're basically like out of Mei's wall range.
Yep, they don't want to duel a team with a Mei without a Mei, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So here comes Mei, coming back from underneath. His team tells them he's coming back from underneath. Look
Slithering
at
in.
Sato's gonna drop down. Or he'll just walk around. That works too.
Gets walled.
Gets walled. Sato recontest because Poco's low. They throw another Blizzard. He pins out of the Blizzard. They C9. Carpe clicks Sabiobi. More Blizzarding. More beating, asleep.
Carpe popping on.
But yeah, so all Fusion wanted to do was wait until Mei gets back, and then engage with their support ults here. And since Carpe got the click onto Sabiobi, they know if they push hard, they'll win the fight. Even with the Blizzard. The one person down is still too much. Alarm's getting 1v1'd.
Yup.
It's all fun and games until Animo takes a nap.
Animo's committed.
Animo's
How
going
did, how did Alarm die?
Oh,
A Diva Bomb. On point, apparently.
Oh, I thought he was behind.
Alright, well, they win this year because it's the end of the map, so. They just win by stagger fighting and focusing targets.
Yeah, we did a map.
Pog, it only took 2 hours.
Honestly, I think Sunrise in the background was asking the important questions.
Yes.
Which falls faster, a leaf?
I didn't
never
realize
heard,
that.
yeah, never heard of the second one.
Yeah, no one did.
So, wait, was that it?
Yeah, it's 11.
Alright.
And I know some people have to leave because of school and stuff.